What's up with my people, man? How y'all doing today? Once again, I like to tune in a few times, maybe like 3, 4 times, because there's a lot of things on my mind. Probably a lot of things on yours. You just want, you know what I mean? When you need somebody to talk to, you can hit Face the Bully, and we can talk about some dogs. You know what I mean? It's been a little chilly outside, so I hope you keeping them dogs nice and warm right about now because, man, it seemed like it got a little colder this season. The frost came in. I just really wanted to know, like, um, in some of you guys' litters, since the dogs are continuously coming out small, does the kink tail still come with them? Are you still getting kink tails like that? Because you know how some dogs just won't be shown. If he got a kink tail, he can't be shown. You got a lot of small dogs that you could clearly see are packing bulldog traits, and they gonna throw them traits. No matter what, they gonna throw them traits. So is the kink tail still coming with them? And the one ear that stands up and the one blue eye? When I watched the ABKC Dog Show, Nationals 2023, it was some nice dogs in there. You know, I can't lie and say that it wasn't. There were some nice dogs in there. I seen even a couple of the shorter dogs were nice dogs. They were even nice dogs. Maybe just a little bit shorter than what you probably would like. Maybe just a little bit shorter than what you probably are used to seeing. Because the bully was a bigger dog. So you can see a whole lot of short dogs around here, and you can tell that, you know, okay, well, the bulldog is in there. And it probably is cool. It probably is cool right now to breed the bulldog. But that's on the sneak tip. You have to, you know, the thing about it is you have to sneak it in there. You can't literally outright say it's there. You have to sneak it in there. You know what I mean? And then you have to breed it again to get back the bully look. And then you can go from there. So, you know, when it comes to the traits of an American Bully, if Razor's Edge was what you originally saw, those traits are gone on some of the bullies of today. Those traits are gone. Like, it's too much of the bulldog in there. You know how you say breeding yourself into a corner? It's too much of the bulldog. It's just too much. I think that the whole wide world right now can see this dog's been bred into a corner. Now you're not even getting no bullies no more. You're getting all shorter dogs. And really, that's what you like. But that's not what it originated from. Not when you got a whole pedigree full of mastiffs from the background, you know, from a long time ago, from the dogs that were put in to create the American Bully. Where you got your blue from, the blue came from a blue dog, which was more than likely created by Mastiff if it was a Cane Corso or a Presa. You know? So it came a long way from big to small. You know, you used to probably get a dog with a whipped tail or a curly tail. Because some of the dogs of the past had whipped tails and curly tails. You know, it's like interesting to me to look at the dogs that created the older dogs and why they were so big. Not to shit on no dog, just to look at the dog and say, hey, this was a real big dog. But you know, sometimes you can see that some of them are real sloppy. They weren't put together right because they was like first generation dogs. They were incorporating all this bigness. And you damn near, whatever big dog that they came across back then, they put it in there. And most of the big dogs carried Mastiff. This is why the XL has always been here. It's a lot of people that never saw the XL because they really wasn't breeding bullies. They really wasn't bully fans like that. And if you was breeding the American Bully, you would have knew, that dog literally had some Mastiff in him. And then you took it out. You bred slowly because you didn't go directly. The masses did not go directly to Bulldog blood. They, back in the days, you would see Staffordshire blood incorporated in programs. But the Staffy didn't make him short enough. It made him buff enough, but didn't make him short enough, even though he did get short. And if you would have kept breeding to that trait, you could have even possibly got shorter and a little bit stockier, but that would have took too long. So the very first thing that we need to do right now is outcross this dog to a Bulldog. That's just what it is. Truth. Then when you outcross it to the Bulldog, you can go from there. You always got to bring in the bully again, though. Once you outcross it to a Bulldog, or once you outcross it to a Boston Terrier, or once you outcross it to a Frenchie, you got to go back bully. And then when they go back bully, they think that small dog is comparison to what the old school breeders got in their yard right now. See, you got to always remember there's people with dogs, been people with these dogs in their yard. And when you take a dog and you make the new dog, now look, they got this dog still stuck in their yard. This is why they get mad. And some of them leave the shows too and say we're never coming back. Which a lot of them really just gonna need to really probably create their own registries because, man, when it comes to the old school breeders, yeah, we miss you. There's still information that you haven't put out. Yeah, we miss you like a mug, man, because without y'all, the breed is finna fall. It's gonna fall straight down. So the old school breeders, yeah, we miss you. Y'all old school breeders, pay attention. Too Short, they made a new album. Him and E40 and Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube called the Mount Rushmore. Them OGs, man. Them OGs putting it down one more again. Redman putting it down one more again. You know what I mean? They coming back. Because, man, without the old school, it's just not right. Ain't no new school person can teach no old school person nothing, man. Except a dance. Probably how to draw. Something, real crafty or something like that. Would teach us something like, I'm listening. What is this? Gen Z? Gen Z? This Gen Z? Whatever the generation is called from the guys that's in their 30s right now, man, and 40s right now, pick up some books. Crank some lawnmowers, my nigga. Learn how to fix some cars because the generation that think it's cool to use drugs, hell no. It is not cool to use no drugs. But, we got a whole generation out here that think it's cool to use drugs. It's a great thing to use drugs right now. Crystal meth. It's a great thing to use crystal meth. Your girlfriend sitting at home with you and this bitch, she up in here letting you use crystal meth. She like that. I guess. I don't know. Because any woman that sit in the house with a nigga that do that, got to like that. And the same thing go for a man. You letting this broad sit here snort cocaine all day long. She popping pills. These young kids, man. Like 20s and 30s. These are people that think using drugs is a fad. No wonder you thought that breeding dogs was a fad, making them smaller was a fad. Some of them wasn't here. Some of them went right there. It's a fad right now to use drugs. No, it's not. But it is, though. It's a fad right now to use drugs. It's cool. Nah, man. Cool. You're cool because you own a crystal meth pipe. Wow. I never wanted to be that cool, ever. That's why I'm as cool as I am right now. I never wanted to be that cool, ever. I never wanted to be that cool. I never even really like hanging in crowds. That's why you never see me with too many people unless I want to be around them. Using drugs ain't cool. Who told y'all that? Where y'all get this from? Is this the reason that the dogs is coming up shitty? And everybody know more than somebody that's grown. You old. Nigga, we made it to be old if you old. Because most of y'all is on the front page news. So anybody who done lost a whole bunch of homies on the front page news, you probably should be respecting anything old. Asking OG, how did he make it to even get there? Because it's not a fad to use no dope. It's not a fad to become a tweaker. And to be a female with a guy like that, you just a disgrace. You just as worse as him. And this is facts, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you do stupid shit, it crosses over into other things. Like y'all making messed up dogs. Dogs with kink tails and then hiding them so nobody can see. Dogs with high rears and then selling them for $50 or $100 or giving them to the homie because you say he a tool. A tool. That's a good thing right there as a tool. You should keep a mastiff in your backyard as a tool. Try keeping that motherfucker in your backyard as a tool. Don't put the Presser in there because that's just a mastiff too. Don't put the Cane Corso in there because that's just a mastiff too. Just go use the mastiff to get the size back in the American Bully. They did that before you. Don't act like you doing something that they didn't do already. You don't know the sauce. You don't know the secret ingredient. You ain't even trying to figure it out. You trying to figure the ingredient out to get the dog smaller. Don't figure it out. Bulldog. Or be smart. Breed it to a Chihuahua, an Applehead. You know what I'm saying? Breed it to a Applehead Chihuahua. Don't sit here and figure out nothing with me. Don't figure it out. If it's a small dog and it looks like a Frenchie, it is an exotic dog. It's not a bully. But, you know, right now you can call shit what you want. But I'm just telling you what it is. And anybody else, I didn't make the registry and I didn't make none of the rules up. So I can't tell you what it is. I'm just letting you know what I think it is. What I personally think it is. It's an exotic dog. It's an exotic dog. And then you're going to breed it and it's going to get smaller again, huh? I know. And keep getting smaller. How come you ain't going to never have no throwback out of there? If you did have a throwback, you probably had to get a C-section. Nobody really just like to sit down and talk about dogs, because if you talk about dogs, you'll get a mixed opinion. You shouldn't have a mixed opinion. Not if you looking at these dogs directly, because some of the dogs you can't afford, or some of the dogs you can't find. You probably got tons of money in the bank, but just can't find a dog. So you look at it on the internet. That's why you guys see a lot of pictures from me, because it's a lot of y'all that don't even know what the dogs even look like. That's why you can't even believe that the beginning lineage of a pug was a mastiff. Damn. This is how human beings will take a dog and destroy it. If a mastiff created the pug, how did the humans get it that small? And continuing to mess it up. You seen his nose lately? He barely can breathe. No shit. He barely can breathe right now. The mastiff, the pug, yeah, he barely can breathe. His generation is almost out the door. Then bred them so far into a corner that they are just terribly brachiocephalic. This is what you don't want to do to the American Bully. If you keep breeding that bulldog to it, you're already bred into a corner right now. Every single dog come out small. And you taking chances of it coming out Merle. So let's just keep it real. You already bred into a corner right now. You got to throw terrier in it. And if you don't, you're just going to be making colorful ass bulldogs. Some will be big, some will be small. You know, you need that terrier in there. If you don't have the terrier in there, you're going to lose the whole dog. You're going to lose the whole dog. You know what? The dog, it's just got so small it can't even piss right no more. You got to think about the dog's lungs. You got to think about his nostrils. Without the dog being able to get any air inside of his body, he's dead already. You got to think about his rib cage. Sometimes it's probably better to see a longer dog because some of them extreme dogs are long, but hey, at least they organs and stuff are stretched out in the right place. When you're making the dog so small that I know he's got to have body, his body got to hurt, his body pain. All of them have rapid breathing. Rapid breathing is a problem. You should check into that if you own an American Bully. You cannot try to escape and say you didn't do it when then you make another litter and you got 8 dogs that look just like the one you said you didn't do it. I didn't breed that dog like that. That dog ain't supposed to look like that. Then you go have a litter of puppies and they all come out looking like little bulldogs too. I mean, a normal American Bully is supposed to be the size of a pit bull terrier when it's a puppy. Shit, you might get some of them the size of as a Rottweiler on the very first day they born. The very first day, some of them might be just the size of a Rottweiler if bred right. But if bred to anything bulldogish, it ain't gonna come out like that. It seemed like the bulldog take your dog and never let it get big again. In order for it to get big, you gotta take that bulldog and breed it back to something big. Have you ever noticed that your dog, because a lot of y'all do it, so you noticed, you had a big, nice American Bully came up past your knee, or up to your knee, then you bred it to a bulldog, and none of your puppies came up to your knee. You probably took the brother and the sister and bred them together, and none of the puppies came up to your knee. They never gained height no more. They never gain height. The height gain is over. You just took that away by breeding that bulldog. If I was gonna breed a bulldog, it'd be an American bulldog. That's what they did back in the past. They bred the American bulldog. Bigger dogs to get bullier looks. I don't know how you was gonna get a pit bull on steroids when after so many breedings and compoundings, you could get anything you want. But with some of the dogs that was put in there, you shouldn't have been getting no pit bulls on no steroids. You should have been getting some big, broad-ass dogs. Big old dogs. Big blue dogs. Big black dogs. That's what should have been coming out, and that's what, that's what not possibly was. That's what was coming out. Everybody had one, even you and me. You didn't know how the hell this dog got this damn big or this blue. See, people are really just now finding out what a Presa Canario is. The dog man, all the major dog men. They're really just finding out what a Presa is. I guess they were just pit bull dog man or, some other kind of dog man at that time. They didn't know nothing about a Presa. I mean, you didn't even know. You wondered so hard where the blue came from. fought each other tooth and nail. The pit bull creates blue dogs. Fought each other tooth and nail. You just didn't know your dogs. There were blue dogs all around you. The collie. They're all around you. You could just keep naming them. It ain't just the Australian Shepherd. The Staffordshire has a blue tint. But you didn't know nothing about the Presser. You didn't know nothing about it, so you didn't know its size. You didn't know nothing. You didn't know nothing about the Cane Corso. You didn't know his size. You didn't know his look. This is why you never hear the dogmen talking about the old dogs. They don't know nothing about them. You can't talk about something you don't know about. That's just facts, you know. So I just me. I like to keep us all up on our feet when it comes to these dogs. So you the one hollering that you got beat. Somebody beat you. He a scammer. That's what you saying. You the one bought the dog, but you didn't know what you was looking at. That's the only thing Face the Bully is doing, is helping us all. Steel sharpens steel. You can help me, I can help you. To look at the dog in a different way now. Just look at it in a different way. It is not bred the way that it was supposed to be bred from back in the days. It's not. It's bred the new way. Gen Z way. You can let these youngsters continue to fool your ass, and then you sit here and say you were scammed. You deserve to be scammed. Some of you people that get scammed, y'all deserve to be scammed. You deserve to be scammed, man. Why should I feel sad that you went and bought a mutt? You sat there and gave him your money. You looked at the dog. She still gave me your money. And you want me to be sad about that? Sometimes you just gotta learn lessons when you get older too. You just learned the lesson. That's all. Probably can't teach your old ass a new trick. And I can teach you a new lesson. Shit. That's all. So I won't feel bad when you get scammed. I won't feel bad if I hear you on here saying, he knew it was a bulldog. He knew the dog was bred to a Chihuahua. His friend had pictures of him breeding it to a min pin. So what? If you had all that information, you should have never bought that dog. And if you didn't do your motherfucking homework, your due diligence, and you still bought the dog, you got what you deserve. I mean, you do think a Merle is a Frenchie. What you think? And then when you go to a dog show and they don't let you enter that motherfucker because he a Frenchie and he Merle, then you're going to be tripping. But he got AKC paper. You telling the AKC he got AKC paper. Some of y'all really crazy like that, man. Be ready to fight a motherfucker about this dog, man. But truth be told, you bought a mutt. You bought a fucking mutt. You got what they used to call gaffled, nigga. You got ganked. That's what happened, man. You got ganked, man. You got gaffled, homie. You're not from the streets. You play by the book. Stay out the streets. You don't know nothing about no streets out here. Some of y'all trying to buy something off the internet. You so stupid to buy something off the internet and give somebody all your information. That's crazy shit that you people do that buy dogs. And if you get scammed by a scammer, that's your ass. Just remember me. Skeet motherfucking B. Telling your ass this shit right here. Every single day on Face the Bully.